Hello, everybody. It is February 27th, and right now we're taking a quick look at Matic and trying to see what's going on. For the past year, maybe 3, 4 days, we've been having an uptrend, but we're also seeing a lot of retracement, a lot of wicks here where sellers are really trying to come in at certain levels here with the uptrend that's going on. So we're stuck in this megaphone pattern right now. And I think there's a critical level support here at I would say around the 20 cents. That if we break, then it's going to be a bit ugly for Matic for a bit here. I would say maybe for another week or so, right? So something to keep in mind. Make sure you watch all the way through, just see my analysis and critique it, so we can actually discuss it in the comments. So today here on the daily, we actually went up almost from 19 cents all the way to the 22 cents, and was almost a 20% increase in price. And now we're seeing that retracement back to the 20 cents, and it's retraced almost 11%, right? So this is what we're seeing on the daily. If we go maybe to the 4 hour here, just to zoom in and see what's going on. But actually, before we even get there, those are the wicks that I'm seeing forming here. So we still have 4 hour to go on the daily, right, for this candle to close. And now, every time we reach some level like this over here, we are seeing the wicks. So we're seeing that the sellers are coming in, and basically, where the buyers came in here at the 19 cents, tried to push all the way up here, and then right away we're seeing within a day a retracement back to the $20, reach all the way to the 23, and now we're seeing here almost right now we're more than a 50% retracement. We just passed it. And that's usually telling, right? That's usually telling you that there's something going on that you need to watch out for. We're seeing also that the volume has been decreasing over time, right? So we're seeing this. We still need to wait for the 4 hour to be done, right? But this kind of foreshadowing a couple things for us. If the 4 hour finishes here and the volume is still here below, then that's a bit concerning for me, right? Because usually if you're uptrending and you start seeing that the volume starts to go low, it's telling you that there's less and less interest in the current trend that's going on. In this case, it's an uptrend. Maybe if we, wow, maybe right now, if we're seeing, let's just look at an example here. Somewhere here, high volume, and the next volume is yeah, perfect. So this is after a breakout here, after breaking the 4 cents, went up, came back to retest it. So maybe I'll just zoom out this here. We had a resistance over here, tried to go all the way up top. Volume is looking nice. It's been pushing up, and then at this second here, or at this day over here, that's February 10th, we're seeing a lot of volume. So we did push, but within that volume there was a lot of retracement that happened, right? Like, okay, so that's pretty telling. And then we're seeing here that the slow volume over here of 1.3 billion push touch the open and close. There wasn't a lot of power for the sellers, right? So the open and the closing price are significantly further away from each other. There's a small wick here. Some people try to take profit, right? So we pushed all the way up to the 10 cents, and then retraced back to the 9 cents. And we saw, yeah, some people took profit, but not enough for this to keep going. And this is good. This is the volume. Now, the next volume telling you there's a higher trading volume. So went all the way here, went all the way to the top to the 14 cents, and then dropped almost, maybe 60% retracement back down to the 11 cents. So that's what this is telling me, that a higher volume, right? So a higher volume caused you to actually go up, but a huge, not enough for it to close below, but a huge part of it was also sold out. So more volume caused the price movement to be not as significant as a lower volume from before. So it tells you that the sellers came in. Now, okay, sure. So that's the first sign. Then the next day, we're seeing that volume significantly drop. And then again, we saw retracement here. We're seeing a wick. So boom, you see that drop that happens right after. So when you peak with the volume and then you start seeing it down ticking after, there's less interest in this trend. You see happening. Then it goes back down to here. You see a bit of an uptick in the volume, wicks to the both sides, meaning the sellers came all the way back down here and but buyers came right away, pushed the price back up here and actually closed above, and a bit of selling happened. But the volume was higher, volume was low here, volume picked up over here. We're seeing that there's also wicks to the bottom. Now volume start uptrend again, and then boom, we see that happening. So volume is pretty important to look at, and this is what I'm seeing right now. We're seeing that We found support at the 21 EMA. We pushed all the way up, but volume has been decreasing. I'm seeing wicks happening, a bit of indecisiveness yesterday. We still have 4 hours here to see what's going to happen, but something to keep in mind, right? And yeah, so right now, if I go to the 4 hour, just to zoom in a bit. So this is the macro pattern I'm in, right? Resistance here, and clear resistance here. And on the bottom over on this side, I'm saying support here again, and support here again. Now we're on the upper boundary of this, and this is the critical level that we need to find support at for Matic to continue to go up. Because if that doesn't happen, then I think there's a bit of if we break out of this support over here, is going to propel the price action downwards, at least back down to the 16 cent. And if that doesn't hold, then we're so close back again to the support that we know of right here, the macro. So within the macro pattern, we're having a smaller micro pattern, right? And we're seeing that right now. I'm seeing that Matic found support at the 11. The next thing over here, we found a higher low. Then again, right here, next thing, we are going to see the higher low happen right now. So we're seeing overall that the volume is actually decreasing. And I think more sellers are coming in. But, it could be that we will find support over here. So this is the more critical. This is the first stop that we will most likely find support at, which is the 20 cent, right? But you got to give it a bit of range because it's extremely volatile. So I would say this is the first stop. We know where the support is right here. There's the first stop somewhere between the 20 cent and all the way down to the 18 cent. First stop, I want to see Matic right away push back up to assume that, okay, you know what, sellers are not really in yet. And then we push back up all the way to the 23 cent and then retest this guy over here. If this doesn't hold, right? If this doesn't hold, then the next step would be somewhere on the $16 to $15. I would say ranging between the $17 all the way down to the $15, right? And these are the EMAs that are going to be waiting for us, right? Because if I go here to the daily, I'm seeing, what was it here? So the daily, for example, we find support at the 12 EMA, right? Every time. So good thing for us is that if we drop, we're 100% going to find support over here at the 15 cents regardless. We will find that support 100%. And now, obviously, not 100%, 99%, just so you know, we don't want to be too confident with this. But if that doesn't hold, then I think the 21 EMA is another stop we look at, which is around the 13 cents. So the 4 hour, again, this is the criteria we're looking at. We need to see Matic finding support here. I want to see some sort of wicks to the bottom, right? I want to see something like this, right? Not just this, but if we change this so you guys don't grill me in the comments again, something like this where the sellers, right? Usually when you find a support line, and if you find the wick to the bottom, regardless of the body, if it's a body like this where opening price was here, sellers actually tried to drive it all the way down, but buyers came and right in and pushed it back to the opening price over here and pushed further. So that's a very good sign of support, right? Very good sign of support. So we need to see that somewhere here. And if you zoom in maybe to the 2 hour, you'll actually find that candle, right? If you zoom into this is what I'm talking about, right? Wicks to the bottom. You need to see wicks to the bottom. This is not pretty clear, so maybe you even need to go to the 1 hour to try to assess what's going on. But bottom line, this is the area we're looking at. We need to see those wicks. We need to see a nice uptick. We need to see volume starting to increase towards the buying side. And we need to see the MACD starting to uptick to the top side. And these are the main levels we should be looking at. If I'm looking back here at the 4 hour, sorry, I'm flipping too much between the charts. But I'm seeing that the stochastic and the RSI is all the way kind of up top here. And I'm seeing that the MACD, which is showing us the momentum, is having lower. We're losing momentum every time we push, right? We're losing that momentum, and I think it's going to subside enough for the sellers to start to come in again. So this is what I think is going to happen. If this level is not going to hold, then I think there's going to be a significant drop back down to these levels over here that I just discussed. So let me know what you think. Let me know if I messed up. Let me know if you don't agree, so we can discuss in the comments. If you like the video, please comment, like, share, subscribe, and watch out for scammers. There's a bunch of scammers always in the comments. If anyone posts a phone number, just be smart and not, don't contact anybody. We'll never ask you for money in the comments. Make sure you join our Discord. And yes, if you would like to support us, check out our Patreon. We have a link in the description. Have a great day.